happy to be here tonight because I am a recovering alcoholic, and there is just not a lot to do when you're not drinking. I'm so glad just to not be having another AA meeting. That's what I call putting fresh batteries in my vibrator. I don't like the term recovering alcoholic. I prefer the more flattering term inactive lush. I was a big day drinker, so 2020 was the best freaking year of my life. I got to watch everyone who ever judged me for day drinking get day drunk and homeschool their kids. Oh man, so during the day I tell family-friendly jokes to tourists. Things like, hey, geologists in Manhattan really know their schist. Tourists, they have the wrong opinion about this. I love the subway. I think it's like magic tunnels underground that take you places. It's like the future. You guys, it's amazing. Thank you. Yes, you agree with me. These people don't know what they're talking about. Tourists ask me the dumbest questions about the subway. I had someone ask me once after a show, if you can't find a seat, are you allowed to stand on the subway? I was like, you're allowed to set yourself on fire on the subway. I mean, just don't litter. Those fires cause delays. But another one I get, people ask me, is it true that you see people masturbating on the subway? I'm like, no, we're very subtle about it. That is one way I like to mess with tourists. I just tell them that all New Yorkers are the subway masturbator. That's why we walk so fast, because that's commuting, And I do. I love living in New York City. I live in Hell's Kitchen, and I love living in Hell's Kitchen because when I walk around the neighborhood with my husband, people tell him to smile more. And I live near Times Square. I actually do enjoy Times Square. I know as a New Yorker I'm not supposed to like Times Square, but I like to walk through, look at the spectaculars. However, sometimes they do activate my anger issues that used to make me drink so much. Like a few weeks ago I saw a spectacular. Are we on season 87 of The Bachelor now? That's the stupidest show ever made. You guys, it's a game show about polyamory and the grand prize is monogamy. I'm originally from Philadelphia. I had to move to New York City so I could live my truth as a Jets fan. You know what I love about being a Jets fan? It's a very low time commitment. It's a very low time commitment. Times Square, though, back in the day was different. Anybody remember what Times Square was like in the 80s? Yeah, before Disney came and screwed it all up, right? Back in the day, in the 80s, Times Square was like the dark web having a farmer's market. It was so much fun. But then here's what happened. You're going to see my anger issues come out here. Disney came along and they decided they wanted to clean up Times Square so they could put on Beauty and the Beast, the musical at the New Amsterdam Theater, right? We all know this story, Beauty and the Beast. It's about a woman who gets kidnapped, develops Stockholm Syndrome. There's a dungeon involved. There's bestiality involved. All the things that were already happening in Times Square at the time. They could have just set that to music and called it a day. I don't know. Disney, man. Disney really messed me up too, seriously, because listen, when I was a little girl, my mother told me I should not change myself for a man, and then she showed me The Little Mermaid. Mom, I can't bleach my hair. This bitch changed species. Right. All those Disney princesses, I think, are alcoholics too. I mean, Ariel was a hoarder, right? And she's human now. She lives in a castle. She's got a room in Prince Eric's castle where she's hoarding vibrators and singing about it. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Eric thinks that one massages my feet. You've all been awesome. I'm Dani Riedel. Thank you so much.